So, hi Yash, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for being here today and representing the University of Birmingham.
Hi Devyani, how are you?
I'm good. So, can I please ask you to introduce yourself, your name, and which subject are you studying again and at which university?
Yeah, sure. So one thing before that, if I'm not wrong, you're studying at King's College London, right?
Right, that's right.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So talking about myself, my name is Yash Lalwani, and being from India and Maharashtra, people usually denote so myself Yash Sandeep Lalwani just because my father's name is definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I am properly from a place called Jamner in Maharashtra, but I've never stayed there more than 1.5 year of pandemic and before while I was before age of 6.
Mm-hmm.
Now moving forward about my schooling and all, I'll let you know. But right now I'm studying international marketing in the University of Birmingham here in UK. I
Mm-hmm.
started my course in September 21, and so far it's going quite well. I'm enjoying it.
Okay, so where have you done, other than the 1.5 years of your life, where have you grown up? And where
So
have you
yeah, talking about my life, I was born in Indore. Like my mom is from Indore, my nana nani, and my dad used to stay in Mumbai. So
studied?
from 0 to 2, I had my childhood, which I don't remember at all, just because I was 0 to 2. I was
Mm-hmm.
in Mumbai. Then my parents moved down back to my hometown, which is Jamner, which is actually Jalgaon. People might know. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but near to Aurangabad, that people definitely know.
Mm-hmm.
Then I stayed there from till the age of 6. I did my nursery, kindergarten, and my first standard there. Then suddenly the English medium schools there were shutting in that town, and my parents were either instead of sending him to the nearby city, let's send him to a better city, that's Indore.
Mm-hmm.
And Indore had a lot of good hostelized schools and stuff like that. One of India's top 10 school is from Indore, which is a hostel school. I was not in that, but though Indore has a good amount of schools. So I
Mm-hmm.
was sent to Indore, and I was about to be a hostelite for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But my grandmother, my nani, basically, she told me, it's instead if you're sending him to Indore, he ghar pe rahega, otherwise you can take him away. Then
Mm-hmm.
I did my schooling from first standard to 10th standard with my nana, nani, mama, and my mommy. Like when I was in second standard, my mama got married. So I spent my childhood with my nana, nani, my mama, mommy. Even I call my nani my mama at times and call my mama my sister.
Mm-hmm.
So apart from schooling, after schooling, uh, there's a concept, especially in Maharashtra and more in Pune, that if you do your 11th 12th from Pune, you get a good college in Pune for engineering specifically.
Right.
And I was into, I thought I'd do engineering because I see construction and all very fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why from there, I told my parents that I'll do college, like I'll do 11th 12th, which is college in Maharashtra
Right.
from Pune. But somebody told my dad कि अरे अपने बेटे को मत डालो 11th 12th में मैं अपने बच्चे को डाल के पछता रहा हूँ बहुत खराब हालत हो जाती है go take him for a diploma.
Right.
So the roller coaster of my life begins there somewhere where I took diploma in civil engineering. I was there in Chandwad, which is a place near Nasik, 60
Okay.
kilometers from Nasik, and it has a university kind of a thing, which is by Jain community. Well, the majority of students are Jain, but it's for
Okay.
everybody. But it's like you can say a minority college kind of a thing where Jain, the trustees are Jain, and it's built by Jain people and who had a hold of Jain people. And being a Jain, and my grandfather had a good hold in the community. He was the what we say community head for our town for 20-25 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good.
So I was sent there for diploma. I did my diploma 3 years there, and it was genuinely a roller coaster just because initially I didn't knew Marathi. I didn't knew even M of Marathi, and the induction or the orientation itself was in Marathi, and I was freaked out. I was somebody sitting in between 400 students, raising my hand, saying, "Ki, sir, either you explain in Hindi or English,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't understand what you're trying to say, and I'm here to listen and understand what the course is going to be." So, sir, like, why did you take admission here? Well, just because it was told to me that everything will be taught in English.
Right.
So, like, हाँ हिंदी इंग्लिश में ही पढ़ाते हैं बट हम लोग समझाते हैं मराठी में बोला तो सर आई डोंट गेट द होल कंसेप्ट ठीक है somehow I aced it. I enjoyed. I'm an average student. I'm not somebody who's a top scorer or having 75 80% something. I'm somebody who lies first class 60% somewhere,
Okay.
and my diploma went well. A few things about diploma I really remember always, and I laugh till laugh. There was the first semester result. So our hostel was on highway, we have to cross the highway and go for the cyber cafe to check our results. I saw my result and I got 65, 66% somewhere. And I'm a kind of emotional person. So I called my mom and calling her, give my pass, okay, I got 60%. And on the highway itself, what do you say, divider, I sat there and started crying. So everybody thought कि ये लड़का वैसे depression से जा रहा था, इसको मराठी नहीं आती. And they ganged me up and like, अरे bro, no worries, मेरे को भी 2 KT लगाए, मेरे को भी 3 लगाए. कुछ नहीं हो जाएगा, कितना KT लगाए. And I'm like, I'm still crying and I'm like 65%. And they started beating me just because friends. So it was a fun thing.
Branch of the group.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, so after that, it boosted me. I was able to cooperate and I was able to score good marks. Not good marks, at least pass. Because
Yeah.
that was my aim.
And then
After coming
when did
engineering,
you do your engineering from then?
yeah. So after diploma, I completed my diploma in 2015. So in 2012, I moved to Chandwad.
Mm-hmm.
From 2002 to 2012, I was in Indore, then Chandwad, which is near Nasik. And
Right.
after 15, I moved to Pune.
Out of Pune.
Yeah. So Chandwad was a good thing for me just because in the first time in my life, I had a lot of Marwadi and Jain friends, which I never had before, which were very limited in Indore. But यहाँ पे everybody that I made a completely different group, which is a family to me right now. And I with those a bunch of those set only, I moved to Pune. We all used to stay together only. That was the fun part. I did my engineering from Trinity Academy of Engineering, Pune, which is a normal known college, but quite known now. I don't know exactly, but it was a good college. I enjoyed it, though it was not that famous. It's not somebody like Symbiosis or MIT or what we say. The college is in Pune. But
Right.
yeah, Trinity is a good college. I enjoyed my education there. The studies were good.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very active. I was active in Chandwad also. I was somebody who got scores, like not scores were good, but competition I used to go and win. I won state level and national level debates, group discussions, paper presentations and stuff like that. And so I was trying to imply the same thing कि group discussion वगैरह तो अपन पुणे में भी जीतेंगे. Then I saw, after going there, I thought I was the best in Chandwad. Like nobody could beat me out in English or things like that. But when I came to Pune, I got to know, okay, you don't lie even in the top 20,000, 50,000 students here just because your English is average. So it was not average, but yeah, definitely you're holding the language. The people in here know more stuff and stuff like that. But yeah, and from there, I was active. So I was a part of a lot of committees in the college events, college festivals. You get to know the EDM life there.
Right.
Because coming to a big city like Pune, you get to know clubbing and stuff. Then from there, another journey began together with my education, which was my part-time or internship, whatever you say, which was not paid, but I enjoyed doing it. It was for a company in Mumbai, which is called Grapevine. And it was all into events, marketing, artist management, event management. And more of that, it was into marketing. And so I enjoy doing it because I used to get to go to a lot of gigs, used to get to go a lot of clubs, and that too free of cost. Student life में free में कहीं जाने मिले और क्या चाहिए? You get to go to gigs and all. I actually enjoyed all my what we say, all music festival from 2016 to 2020, which happened between Mumbai and Pune. College festival, a lot of things. So I was doing that with my engineering.
Right.
I cleared my engineering with first class again somehow. I don't know why. My Pune University was grateful to me. They gave me a grace of 8 marks, and I proudly say that I got a grace of 8 marks. That's why I got first class, and that's why somehow I was able to get Birmingham. Otherwise, first class नहीं होता तो Birmingham भी नहीं मिलता. So somewhere it was written somewhere in my destiny to come here or to come anywhere outside. While doing my engineering, I plan to go to US. I gave my GRE. I scored 324, but my grandmother passed away in the same time while I was in my final year, and I dropped my idea just because I could not be with her in her last times. Though I've never stayed that much with her in Jamnagar because I was outside for my study, but I, being an emotional person, being having a connect, so I dropped out going to US. Even my parents got to know that I scored 324 quite later while I was doing my job and stuff, and she just saw some documents. She was like, ऐसा ऐसा कुछ दिखा. My mom called me one day and like, there's this card which has a GRE marks and stuff, and it says 324 out of 360. So ये कैसा था, क्या था? You never told. बोला था, you ignore it right now. She spoke to some of her friends whose son was there in US and someone's son was there in UK, and she got to know you scored really well. Why didn't you go? So that was the thing. Then later on, I was working in Mumbai. I shifted to Mumbai after 2018. I graduated in 2018. And in 2018, I moved to Mumbai. I started my job in July
Right.
with Grapevine itself. So I was working with them since second year of engineering, that was 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And till 2021 January, I was working with them.
Right.
So 5 years with the company. The company turned five. I joined, like, company was started in 2015,
Mm-hmm.
May, shayad, approximately May, April or May. And I joined after 6 months. I was there in the journey of Grapevine since beginning.
Right.
Like, one of the persons who were initially there, and I enjoyed working with them. So
Mm-hmm.
it was fun for me. Then moving to Mumbai was again a tough task, a new life. You are no more a student. You have to get up every day and go to the office, because Pune mein it was like कि ठीक है यार आज नहीं जाना, सो जाते हैं. We'll go
Mm-hmm.
later and stuff. But yeah, it taught me a lot of things. Mumbai is a good teacher, definitely, and
So
Pune
you
is a place.
mentioned that you also work for Vicom and have studied at MICA.
Yeah,
What is that
so
about?
exactly. So coming to that point,
Mm-hmm.
Vicom was my client from
Okay.
Grapevine.
Mm-hmm.
So Grapevine is an agency. Vicom was my client. Saregama was my client. I
Mm-hmm.
worked for TVF. I worked for Midas. While in my engineering, I used to do a lot of time pass things. There's a website called Stupid Sid, and you being an international student, you definitely might know Yocket.
I don't.
Okay. So a lot of people who go to US or who are into CS, computer science and stuff, they know
Mhm.
Yocket. Yocket is an app which helps people to plan their education outside. It
Right.
was uh, founded by the founders of Stupid Sid. I
Mm-hmm.
worked with them also while I was working with Grapevine, because I used to do a lot of such stuff. In my final year of engineering, I was the city head for Vicom's network. Vicom had this student network, which
Mm-hmm.
I was a part of in 2016. In
Mm-hmm.
2017-18, I was leading it with a team of 50 students.
Right.
And there was a separate team of Grapevine, which I was not allowed to lead just because I was already leading Vicom.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at my work and things that I was able to manage, a lot of time, usually what happens when a company is doing any event, they definitely send out one or two people from the office to look over everything.
Right.
But they found me that you are somebody who don't need anyone, just because you know everything, you know every aspect of how things are going to be. Even the client was happy with you last time when they visited. So they started giving me things directly, and I was enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
So somehow that is how I got started working with Grapevine and Vicom all together. Then Vicom was one of my clients. Saregama, the music company,
So
was
do
one of
you
my
think
clients.
because of working in marketing and things like that, that is how you discovered your passion for it?
Yes, so definitely while I was doing my engineering, as I told you in my last year, I was leading the team.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually it happened that I used to go to college. Yeah, definitely sometimes. My attendance, I had what do you say, the teachers had the soft corner that this guy has a different passion altogether, and they were somewhere cool with it. And I was very upfront, even because my parents know. So there was a scenario. I'm sorry if I am lending it a lot, to let me know.
No, no,
I
no.
like to talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened, a certain day I was late to college, usually because 9 a.m. classes you can't reach every time. I used to stay around 6 kilometers away from there, and it was hardly a bike ride of 10 minutes, hardly.
Mm-hmm.
But Pune is quite quick in terms of commuting as compared to Mumbai.
Right.
But what happened? I was a bit late, and we were all standing. So that time I genuinely had some dental issues. I was having my braces and all. So, and just to make it up, and my parents know, and I was like, sir, I had problems and I am late. So he's like, yeah, wo, and he started shouting on all the people who were standing. So I just took out my phone and told him, sir, end of the day, you will tell me, call your parents. अब बता दो मम्मी से बात करने की पापा से.
Mm-hmm.
He took me out and like, अरे तेरे को शर्म आता है क्या? We are your teachers. How you saying like this? Because they know कि this guy is so transparent with his parents that even his parents know what is he doing day in day out. Because a lot of people, what used to happen, as our college was not that renowned, so the attendance part was very, what do you say, light, and they used to take it very lightly.
Correct.
And gradually, what happened? A lot of students, when the professor contacted them, they're like, "नहीं हम सब पढ़ रहे हैं," and their parents call कि हम लोग class में, they got to know कि students are going out bunking, watching movies, chilling, something, and some things like that happened. So they thought कि इस लड़के का तो there's no scene कि you could just question him just because his parents know everything.
Right.
So that day, that was one of the scenario. Or there was another scenario in my last year where I exactly found out that I definitely want to do this only.
Mm-hmm.
Was There was this comedy festival in Pune, which is called Classic Rock Coffee, which is a restaurant come club kind of place, pub
Okay.
club, a cafe kind of a place, which has everything. They had this property called Pune Comedy Festival, which was its third season. It
Mhm.
was a 3-day comedy festival with like 100 artists performing.
Yeah. I was there.
You were there. You did
Mhm.
your engineering from Pune or something. You
Oh,
were
I
there
did.
in Pune.
I'm from Pune.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't knew it. I'm sorry.
It's
Oh,
okay.
that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. So, what happened? You definitely know Pune Comedy Festival. So, Pune Comedy Festival was a 3 days thing.
Mhm.
And what happened during the last year of our grapevine career and everything, there were not a lot of merchandise to be given out to the students. And me and my friend, I'll definitely want to mention his name, Nikhil Sani. He's from Mumbai.
Mhm.
He did his engineering from Symbiosis, lovely campus. He is a best friend to me, and he's somebody who was there always while I started working. He helped me in a lot of things. I used to help him a lot of things. His college was very stagnant with his attendance, so he could not be there all the time. But I
Mhm.
used to cover up, and things were really great. So I somehow had a contact with these people, Pune Comedy Festival, and I spoke to them regarding ki there are a lot of events coming up. There was basically one single artist who was supposed to perform. I think it was Abhishek Upamanya or somebody. I
Mhm.
don't remember exactly. Who was supposed to perform a single night, and we were planning ki that's a good artist, and let's get a few passes in return of something we do for them, so that we could distribute it amongst our team, which was a team of 100 people, so that as there were not a lot of goodies sent out from the office, we could actually compensate, and even these people have some fun time and enjoy.
Right.
So I spoke to them. They really liked our work. We did a trial run for them for Arvind Shah,
Mhm.
which was he was performing. There was to a lot of gigs happening in their cafe, which is in Kalyani Nagar.
Mhm.
So while doing that, they really liked our work, the way we delivered the things that they asked. They really had a good hype. The show was sold out. I don't know because of us or already, but yeah, it was somewhere and it went out. So instead of just giving us another show, this guy really liked our work and gave us the entire festival with a
Right.
brand integration of grapevine.
Mhm.
And that was something I got to know later on कि even our boss, whose name is Jeet Mehta, he even did not knew कि हम लोग इतना लेवल पे कुछ खेल गए हैं और ऑफिस में पता ही नहीं है कि हम लोगों ने ग्रेपवाइन का we literally sold out the logo, like not sold out
Mhm.
because we're not earning out of it,
Mhm.
and it was a barter deal that we'll give you promotions and you give us passes
Right.
all 3 days,
Hmm.
which included general, VIP, VVIP, because they had 3 categories,
Right.
and all days ka passes plus a few team members who could work as a crew, which is usually paid. But yeah, that time we did not had a lot of knowledge that SEC भी चीजों का पैसा मिलता है. But
Mhm.
it was more people were interested to work, people were interested to have fun and stuff like that.
Right.
So that thing went so well that the owner of the festival, is his name, I don't remember his first name, Mr. Agrawal. He just before the last day, the last performance was Zakir Khan's. Zakir is and was that time was actually the top-notch artist. He was the
Right.
only artist performing for 90 minutes. So just before his performance, around 7,000 to 8,000, 7,500 to 8,000 people in the audience. He came on the stage, thanking everybody, and somehow I don't know, he just took the name of Grapevine. Ki I came across this agency or this company. If you ever want to do any internship, to work with them. And I don't know, still when I say these lines, I listen to these lines, I still have goosebumps I have right now. And that was one of the biggest achievement in my life, because when my boss got to know, he called us and he like, we never knew that you were gonna nail it that way, and
Mhm.
we really appreciate and we really enjoyed it. And that video clip is still on my Instagram. I know people do keep their Instagram very light or just to themselves, but my Instagram is like I like posting whatever I like.
Mhm.
So even this clip is there. Even there's I found out I even have a picture on Instagram which says I joined the group of Grapevine, which was back in 2016. I still have that screenshot posted on my Instagram profile.
Mhm.
I was that much linked to the company and stuff. So there was somewhere I found out कि नहीं अब तो यही करना है.
Right.
And just what happened? So in engineering, you are supposed to give your what is a project
Mhm.
black book thing at the end, and for that there used to be reviews.
Right.
First review, second review, and then after that thing. So I requested my professor, ki, please sir, let me go with my group first, just because I have an important thing to attend, and
Right.
which is actually more important for me.
Mhm.
So he was like, okay, okay, dekh lenge. The next day I came and he was like, whatever it is, but you have to come according to your group level. I freaked out. I asked him once, twice. He was not interested to talk. Go and talk to the HOD. HOD was not there in the cabin. I got to know HOD was there in the principal's cabin, talking to the principal and everybody. So there are a lot of things linking right now. I'll tell you one by one. So I called my mom. Ki yaar mummy, aisa hai. I want to go. I have to go, and I cannot delay it. So can you please call my professor, HOD, and talk to him? I sent her number. She called him. He told him कि ये वो he came after server calls like 3-4 calls or something. He came out and like तुम्हारी वजह से हम लोग ये मीटिंग कर रहे हैं अभी और तुम्हें ऐसा मतलब सर आई एम रिक्वेस्टिंग वन सिंगल थिंग आइदर गिव मी अ चांस राइट नाउ और आई विल परफॉर्म टुमारो बट लेट मी गो ठीक है ओके जाओ. The other reason I was allowed to go just because in the last semester every engineering college has a NAC accreditation survey kind of thing. The people from NAC do come to the college and they give you what we say a degree or something like AA plus categories and stuff.
Right.
So during that, in my first semester of final year, there was a show from MTV which was called Famous Son, who were doing auditions for people for actor, actresses, and DOP, that's cinematographer, videographer, and stuff. I was able to get those people to conduct the entire audition in my campus.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that was a big deal for me. And later, after that, everybody got to know कि तू तो MTV वाला है ना. I still, when I visit my college, my engineering college, people say, "Arey," or because people know me and they're like, "Arey, तो MTV में काम करता था, how's it going?" and stuff like that. So that's why the principal also knew me and he allowed me to go. So I attended that
But I just
festival.
want to know, like, all of your experiences, like, how did you get to Birmingham? Like, because, like, mostly the people who are watching and everybody would like to know more about Birmingham right now. I mean, definitely you have a very interesting past, and I think all of these experiences have built up to where you are today.
Yes. So one thing I would say, while I was in year 2020 end and 2021, there was a thing that I saw this pandemic and things were shutting off because anyways, my past was going good. I was doing a lot of events, a lot of parties, enjoying all festivals with my company and as a work, not just enjoying, but as a work. I was getting paid for that. Definitely. So while the pandemic hit, the thing was that there was no business. In terms of marketing, there was everything went digital. But in terms of events, in terms of artists, in terms of things that I was more interested to do with marketing, was nowhere available. Things whichever happened were all digital, but there's not that vibe. You attend an entire Tomorrowland on your laptop is nothing like Tomorrowland. Or it's nothing even like a supersonic that happens in Pune.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't even connect the vibe. There's somewhere you enjoy a bit, you have something, you have a few friends, but it's not that. So I decided that either I'll do a MBA in India. That was my first thing. And one thing I knew, I won't be able to crack IIM. And if I have to crack IIM, I will have to give like shit lot of efforts that I was not interested to give it. Genuinely. So I was not that old. I was just 24. But still I was like, okay, no, I'm not giving an IIM like exam like that or anything. I even don't collect the name of the exam, what it's called. CAT.
CAT.
Basically, I didn't fill the form, but I didn't go for the exam. After CAT, the other option that I thought and I could go for was SNAP. Yeah, definitely. That's not that difficult. And I was over and I have done a lot of things with Symbiosis. I've been at the campus multiple times. I knew how's the pattern and all. I spoke to a lot of people who studied there who used to call me sir just because I used to be at their colleges. So I spoke to them. I gave SNAP. I was aiming for SIBM. And simultaneously, I just calculated the things you get at a college in India versus going somewhere abroad. Because I gave GRE already and now the things were fine. My grandfather was there back then in 2020, but he told me कि यार आपको जाना है तो आप जा सकते हो, आपको ऐसा नहीं है कि हम रहेंगे हम नहीं रहेंगे whatever. I don't know, he had that intuition by then itself that हम रहेंगे नहीं रहेंगे. I still feel him. So while working, I used to work in the same hall, like Jamner. There, my house is huge, so I used to sit in the same place where he used to sit on the sofa and the couch kind of thing, which is like typical Indian based, and I used to sit on the bed, which was laid there, and do my office work. He used to see me day in day out, talking to people. कितना बात करता है, सिर नहीं दुखता क्या, कान में लगा क्या, and all. But so he told me the other day कि अगर आपको पढ़ना है तो आप जा सकते हैं, ऐसा नहीं हमारे कारण, यू लाइक फॉर बिकॉज ऑफ मी यू स्टे बैक और समथिंग, आई गॉट टू नो कि तुम दादी के कारण नहीं गए बाहर, तुमको जाना था तो हाँ देखेंगे दादा सा व्हाटएवर. Then I lost him due to COVID in October 2020. And after that, I finally decided, okay, it's an SIBM or it's somewhere outside. So firstly, it was SIBM only. I filled the form and everything in October itself. And simultaneously, I just compared, like as I told you, in few aspects, what is that exposure you get and expenses you give.
Right.
The money you invest. So even if you go for a college like Symbiosis, you have to at least invest 22 to 25 lakhs.
Right.
And that was quite equivalent, though 20 to 25 included my stay there, which is not here, but that was again 2 years course. And if you're gonna stay in Symbiosis, you're not gonna be independent. I've seen the lifestyle of the students there.
Right.
And I know even after those 25, I'll at least spend 5-10 more, at least 5 for 2 years. It's not a big deal because you're gonna go out, you're gonna go party, you're gonna go meet new people, you're gonna travel and stuff like that. You're gonna go in out your house. Though I never stayed at my house so much. I was never homesick kind. But yeah, definitely if you are in India only, your parents also will say, "Aa jao, bahut din se yaad aa rahi," and stuff. So that's why I then compared. If we go to UK, because US was not there. If you're going outside and if you have an option to work, study 1 year and get visa for 1 year only and study, get a degree in 1 year, definitely I'll go for that.
Right.
After that, the second thing, the PSW thing was announced by then, I suppose, but there was a news that was not confirmed or whatever, but it was there that you get extra 2 years stay back in UK. So that was something that I decided, okay, finally UK.
And so other than Birmingham, where all have you applied?
So that's a very witty thing I would say, because I used to talk to a lot of counselors, and being in marketing, I know everybody needs clients.
Right.
So what I used to do, I spoke to IDP, I spoke to Envision Overseas, I spoke to Admission Overseas, I spoke to 1-2 companies in the Kochi area, and definitely digital marketing was so much on evident that time. You search something, after a few days you find advertisement on your Instagram itself. So I used to register wherever possible and talking to multiple people, and I used to say one single thing to everybody. I know the counselors will see and they'll laugh out of it, and I used to say one thing कि मैंने किसी से बात नहीं की अभी तक, मैं खुद ही अप्लाई कर रहा हूँ, तो what you can help me with. And I had a complete list ready, and that is how I applied to. So I applied via 2 companies in majorly. One was Admission Overseas from Mumbai itself, and one was Envision Overseas, which actually got me into Birmingham. Apart from that, I applied to a lot of colleges myself. So I applied to total around 13, 14, 15 colleges.
Oh, quite a lot.
Yeah. And my first target was definitely to get into a Russell group.
Right.
Because again, you coming outside India, में मैंने engineering normal से college से किया था. So I had this key, at least while you moving out, you spending somewhat amount, spend a bit more, but at least get a good university, which is Russell Group, or people say Elite or something in the US. Ivy League. So same way I was like Russell Group ही लेना है. Still I applied to a lot of colleges which were not Russell Group, and end of it by June I started getting responses. By May itself I got it from Coventry. I got it for BCU, Birmingham City University, which I got confused between Birmingham University and Birmingham City University. That's why I applied. Coventry I knew is a good college. I used to follow a few people on YouTube by then, for they are good YouTubers from Coventry. So that's why I got to know about Coventry University, quite nice. Then I applied, talking about Russell Group and other universities. So I applied to Cranfield, Leeds, Bristol, then Leeds, Bristol, Birmingham. Itself also I applied to Queen's College, London. King's was never in my list because it was out of my league, I think. I planned to apply to Warwick, but I got to know that they were asking for GMAT. That's why I ignored, and later on got to know that they were actually taking it. I would have taken Warwick also. Then Cranfield was there. There's a college in the Wales.
Cardiff.
Cardiff. I even applied to Cardiff. I
So
actually
you choose Birmingham over the others.
So Birmingham was one of the colleges. I got my application on 22nd of June,
Mm-hmm.
21st, 20th or 22nd June.
Mm-hmm.
And the deadline was 28th June to accept, 28th or 30th June. First thing was that.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, it was UK's second biggest city after London.
Right.
London, it was Queens, so it was a better ranking than Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Birmingham had a good ranking. I spoke to the counselor, I spoke to the college people,
Mm-hmm.
college counselors and all. I felt nice. I really loved the campus.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited. I saw the YouTube video for Birmingham, which was made by Birmingham University itself, and I've even showed it to my parents, my cousins. Ki, this is one of the college I would go someday, and that's why. And when by the time I didn't had any other option, I asked my counselor, is it possible if we can hold a little so I can get more responses from colleges like Leeds, Bristol, uh, and Cranfield or something.
Right.
But by the time, and other options were Derby, Aston, Kiel, which were non-Russell Group. Kiel was even giving me a scholarship, but again, not Russell Group. So I was like, okay, I am okay spending more money, but I
Right.
need a Russell Group.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I finalized, I paid my deposit on 30th of June last year and finalized Birmingham. And then as soon as I paid it, I got the confirmation by 5th. Okay, your first terms are done. Now just complete the other things because I got the unconditional letter.
Mm-hmm.
Conditional letter, sorry, which were key. My mark sheets were not clear just because they didn't see any 12th standard. So
Right.
that was to make them clear that there's a diploma thing and which is there. And then they accepted. I got rejected by Cranfield because of that because they wanted 12th standard. They were not okay with diploma.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And other things were there. So I started. I even gave my IELTS later on. I was supposed to score 7 just because University of Birmingham won 7 or higher
Mm-hmm.
and at least 6.5 in all other traits. Apart from other units, which was okay, taking at 6.5 at the top score.
Right.
So I gave my IELTS later and somehow I ended up in Birmingham. One thing I think that actually what Birmingham or universities in UK look forward is the way you write your SOP. That's
Right.
very important because I think they even look at your marks later on, but look at your personality and how what we say enthusiastic or interested you are in the course, how well you know about the course, about the culture here, and that is how I think what because I wrote my SOP at least 5 6 times. I was talking to a counselor. I had a lot of contacts who were content writers.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the help of a content writer friend. She helped me a lot. I even by the time I forgot to mention the Micah thing.
Right. Right.
By the time I was doing my job, and a friend of mine who actually came to UK with me, she's here in the same university. We ended up in the same university. We never had that plan. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we had plans to go to UK, but she was more of interested to go to Leeds or something. But she also ended up in Birmingham. For me, all the applications came in late. Because the other applications I received were July 15th, July 10th, and something where I was already confirmed with Birmingham. So I didn't took a lot of interest in them, but she was confused and she finalized this, and then I got to know later. And she was only doing the Micah thing. Uh, so I did that back in October 2020 itself, October 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I took that entire thing with me. I did the Micah course just because somewhere,
Was it an online course?
yeah, it was an online course, and by that time, it was by upgrad, and I was not that much sure about going abroad before taking that
Right.
course. So I took that course in July, August, September somewhere,
Right.
a
So
year
let's
before.
talk like a bit more about your course in international marketing at Birmingham. So can you just tell me like how is your year divided? Like how many semesters do you have and how many subjects in each semester?
Yeah. Okay. So talking about here in the university, we have majorly 2 semesters that I think everybody has,
Mm-hmm.
and the third part is the dissertation.
Right. So
So
how
I
many
start.
subjects in each semester?
Yeah. So my first semester started on 27th September, and I
Mm-hmm.
had four modules, which
Mm-hmm.
were 2 core modules and 2 just international marketing modules. And the other 2, we even attended it with the students from marketing, which were
Right.
marketing management and marketing research.
Okay.
Apart from that, one module which I really enjoyed doing was cross culture communication.
Oh yeah, that's really fun.
The way I communicate a lot, I like making friends, and I've always traveled a lot in India itself. But in India itself, if you travel, if you move around, you see different cultures and different things. If you move 200 kilometers, you find a new language, new lifestyle. So that was cross-culture communication. That was an international marketing context.
Right. So,
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah.
were these the same courses, same subjects, same modules to you as well?
No. I had this in my undergraduation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's a very nice subject. But then otherwise, so you said two international marketing core subjects. So which are they?
Yeah.
What is different? Like,
So
can you just name two subjects to me?
there's cross-culture communication, which
Mm-hmm.
was just to international marketing people, and it was more of cross-culture communication just because while you are dealing in international markets,
Mm-hmm.
it's for sure it's there that you won't find people from your area. Like definitely you're going to an international marketing, you find a different kind of people, different lifestyle. So how are you supposed to read them? Are you supposed to respond to them? That
Mm-hmm.
was something was taught to us, and it was really fun.
Right.
And we were actually a group of 8 people in each group. I
Mm-hmm.
was doing it with six from China. Six students were from China. One
Right.
was from Taiwan, and one was me from India.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually it started in a very bad note. I was somebody who was interested, but they thought I'm trying to push off everything. I just like at least let's know each other. And I think you might definitely have come across a lot of Chinese people from
Mm-hmm.
China here. So they
Mm-hmm.
do not match with you or blend with you so easily.
Oh,
They're
you
okay talking.
like
Yeah, they're okay talking with themselves a lot, but they do not blend with people from other cultures that easy. They
mm-hmm.
take time. Apart from that, one thing, they're on time. I'm an Indian, so I was always late, every meeting, everything. So that one thing they found it very bad, but eventually I got to know a lot of things about them. They
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed my company. And again, while our discussion used to happen, I was somebody who was speaking a lot. Then there used to be two people communicating with other two people, explaining them what I actually told them.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
it was fun. It was fun doing work with them. The
Have
guy
like
from
lectures every day, or how many hours of lectures do you have a day?
my lectures used to be every day, at least 1 or 2 every day.
Mm-hmm.
Ours would be around what we say 10, 12 hours a week.
10, 12 hours. And like, do you have more like online lectures or offline lectures?
So Birmingham had everything hybrid since beginning. It's still
Right.
hybrid.
Okay. So how would you define hybrid? Like most of your
And
lectures online and seminars offline, or how does that
no,
work?
no, 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 no. Every lecture and every seminar used to happen online, offline together.
Oh, so basically a high flex. So you basically you can attend from home or sitting in the lecture, right?
Exactly. So there were limited number of seminars which used to be hybrid, like which used to be online, because majority used to be just offline.
Mm-hmm.
But we still have like what 10, 15 people who are studying from China
From
who
China. Okay.
wouldn't come to UK. So that's why they kept this concept going
Mm-hmm.
of keeping the education hybrid, because they plan to stop it completely by Jan. But
Mm-hmm.
it's fun and it's okay.
Right. And
At
how
times,
long are your lectures? 3 hours?
so no, my usually in the last semester we usually had workshops for 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
and seminar for 1 hour.
Okay. So what's a workshop and what's a seminar? What's the difference?
So okay, so difference between workshop and seminar, which was quite different for me when I got to know.
Mm-hmm.
For us, when seminar is like huge people, a lot of people,
Right.
but the seminar concept here was completely different. Seminar is something which is maximum 20 to 25 people,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a case study. There's what you taught, what were you taught in the workshop. Workshop is basically a class
Mm-hmm.
which is work basically, the work you are being taught.
Okay.
That's why it's workshop. So
Mm-hmm.
they're like that used to be happening. That used to happen a lot. Either the entire international marketing class altogether, or international marketing along with marketing students. There used to be around 300 students in a big, what do we say, auditorium kind of a thing, big class, big lecture halls
Mm-hmm.
and lecture theaters. And the international marketing students, we were like what, 60. So that used to be in a small classroom kind of place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the seminars used to be in a small class, but used to be have a strength of 20, 25 people,
Right.
where the professor comes, takes a big revise of what the workshop was all about. Then we discuss about some case study relevant with that,
Mm-hmm.
and then have a discussion between making groups amongst those 20 people, different 4 or 5 groups, and then have conversation discussions, putting your topics, putting your insights. And the thing that I know about marketing, there's nothing wrong,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing right or wrong,
Right. Mm-hmm.
just your point of view.
Okay.
So I really enjoyed being part of the seminars, being part of the workshops were like, okay, you're learning, but
Mm-hmm.
seminars, you were supposed to be engaged with people, put on your points, And I have always been somebody who likes to put on my words, but also listen to what people are saying and try to incorporate whatever I could.
Right. So
So
like you
that was
said about
really,
lectures, so workshops and seminars. So you don't have a thing called lectures, is it?
no, these are the only lectures we have. These are the lectures. So workshops, the thing that you can relate lecture is called workshop.
Okay, okay. And
The
how are your
seminars,
projects for your subjects? Like, do you have like more Word documents or presentations or live
yeah.
consultancy projects?
So last semester, the first sem that we had, which we had for marketing management, we had 50 marks written exam
Okay.
and 50 marks were 2,500 essay, or you can say assignment,
Individual. Mhm.
individual assignment.
Okay.
For marketing research, there were three categories.
Mhm.
Where there was 50 marks exam again
Mhm.
written. 30 marks, there was a group project,
Okay.
which were between 5, 6 people, at
Mhm.
least three, maximum eight. We were six. That was a group project.
Right.
And there were 20 marks MCQ exam
MCQ.
online. Yeah.
So when you talk about like written exam, like do you really have to like study a lot, or is it more like practical or very theoretical?
So it's a combination of theory as well as how you can apply it or put out examples. We
Mm-hmm.
were supposed to write 12,500 words for a question,
Mm-hmm.
and we were supposed to answer two questions. That's like 2,500 words.
Mm-hmm.
That
So
was
was it
really
from
lengthy.
home or you had to go to the campus to take it?
It was that's the only relief that it was from home.
Mm-hmm. That's a huge benefit.
So exams and all. So these are the two. Apart from that, then there's cross culture communication.
Right.
Cross culture communication had two parts again. One was presentation, come a group video where you are supposed to work with a set of people, and we made a presentation. We even made a video which went very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And apart from that, we had an individual assignment of 2,000 words for cross-culture communication. And for international marketing context, we had assignment or essay for 3,000 words. That's the only thing
So
that we had.
whatever projects you do, the brands, do you choose them or does the university assign them to you?
So for all the brands, what happened for marketing management, we were given a limited set of brands that we were supposed to take from because it was helpful. For
Mm-hmm.
marketing research, it was open to us giving a problem statement that take any company with a
Mm-hmm.
marketing problem right now,
Mm-hmm.
give a solution and with a budget of 20,000 pounds.
Okay, okay. So you
Yeah.
had to go ahead with, okay.
Yeah. It's up to you, and you can take any small, medium. So there were different categories. There's the small company with this budget. If a medium, it's 20,000. If a large, it was 2 million, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But with a marketing problem, and you have to give a solution with your research and your
When you talk about
um,
giving a solution, is it
yeah,
like even during projects, like do you have to give solution based on the theories you learn or the journal articles, or you can be more creative and practical in that sense?
both. Actually, it was that's the best part because there was no limitations. You can be more creative, but
Mhm.
somewhere other you have to give a reasoning as well with
Right.
respect to resources, with respect to articles you read, with respect to somewhere you can actually link them in real life.
So
Because
proper
the part,
referencing was important for
yeah,
you.
yeah, referencing is definitely the Harvard standard that they call.
Yeah, yeah. How
That
about
was actually a nightmare, especially the first assignment we did.
yeah,
I never,
back
because
in India, nobody teaches you that, right?
yeah, and that is something you really need to know. Apart from that, because what usually happens, you ask the professor, "Ki at least give me a paper from last year so I can go through it and know what exactly is supposed to happen." And he or she, they are like, uh, what will you do about it? It was nothing relevant with your topic. So you have nothing relevant. So that's it's of no use. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we're not asking you for the topic or things. We actually want to know the format. But they're
Right.
like, this is just an essay writing. You definitely know that, right? And
Mm-hmm.
after they say this, you cannot even tell them ki no. Because if this if you because that was a situation, one other person, he told me like I actually don't know. How are you able to come to this university? Are you
Oh,
sure you don't know? So it was a funny conversation though. The professor was actually pulling his leg. He was very nice. He's a very nice professor. He's young, and he was just making fun of us, like in a funny way. He was taking ki you because he actually helped us, but he was like, ki, this is a basic thing, and you actually should know. So we told him the entire scenario about India. We're not taught, and we actually don't know. And the reason we were able to the university, we had good marks. We were aspirant, and that's why. They're like, okay, I was anyways taking like pulling your leg. Don't worry, I'm not questioning your being capable of taking an admission here at the university.
Mm-hmm.
But so eventually he held us with a few papers that were his own, and he told us this is how the referencing is to be done. This is
Right.
how the things are to be done, and this is one thing I think every university should start or should have this thing to teach students how exactly is this
Definitely.
format done or
So
how exactly
Birmingham
you
does
can.
not have this kind of cell who really helps you with that.
And now they have now
They have now, right? Okay. And how many students would you say are in your class? Like total?
60 for international marketing. It's 65, 65, 68.
65, 68. And how many Indians among them?
6, 7.
Six,
That's
seven
it.
Indians.
Yeah.
Right.
Majority are from China.
Okay.
Majority. Yeah.
Otherwise, which countries?
So we have people from the US, we have people from South Africa, Nigeria, Taiwan, even Malaysia.
Mhm.
Uh, then a few Brits as well. Then India definitely, even Pakistan.
Right. So what would you say, like among these six Indians you have as your classmates, what are the common points that all of you got admission at Birmingham?
Common points. Okay, that's a tough question. I think
Similar.
everybody's interested.
Mm-hmm.
One of the interesting apart from that, everybody is quite creative
Mm-hmm.
and open,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody actually sees not just study, but what I see is that they're interested in doing experiments with what we are studying. So
Mm-hmm.
that could be a reason that we all end up in the same university.
Right.
And even the reason I selected international marketing particularly, but not just because what we say, something like field or something, but the one question that the counselor from the university, the university supporting staff, what we say, they asked me basically, ki, where do you see after 5 years yourself? I will be somewhere in the top notch companies, not any company, but in a top notch, what we say, position, being in the management area or maybe a co-founder of some startup even. And he's like, okay, that's a nice answer. Secondly, which part of the world do you see yourself? Like
Mm-hmm.
you see yourself in the UK, you see yourself in US, or you're not stagnant with it. So I told I'm genuinely speaking, I'm not, but I always stayed out and I'm okay moving out anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that is when he suggested, I know you're going for marketing, but if you're not sure, like if you're not what particular about a part of the world where you want to stay ahead, you can
Mm-hmm.
actually go for international because it opens up more roads for you.
Right.
So that's the reason I selected international marketing, and that's
You had an
majorly
interview for your admission.
not exactly an interview. It was normal. The sessions they have, the counselors to host, something like that.
Okay, okay,
But
right.
I wanted to speak to them one on one, and it was actually a one on one conversation.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it was not an interview where there were people from, but
You
there were
would say, oh yeah, it was like basically from somebody from university. And you were just having like a conversation, nothing like very formal. Like that.
exactly like one on one conversations, no interview types, but they were basically from the admission cell,
Okay.
not from
So,
the education background or
another
something.
question I want to ask you, or your classmates, do you think everybody has like that work experience, or do you have any freshers as well?
There are for sure.
There are freshers. So, like, do you think like for a person who has not studied marketing before, like you did engineering, somebody from another background who wants to study marketing in Birmingham, do they teach you everything from scratch, or are you expected to know all the marketing jargons from before?
So some things are being taught, and sometimes like I know a few people. So I started marketing was with Micah.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, things which were taught here, you might have started marketing research.
Mm-hmm.
So the way you do your research, you make your forms, you talk to people, you have a small group, stuff like that. That
Mm-hmm.
all I did while I was working more,
Mm-hmm.
and less of while I studied marketing. So I knew that. But a few things are taught, but it's better if you have a basic knowledge at least. So a basic knowledge about marketing is better. Instead, if
Mm-hmm.
you come out fresher, what happens? The professor okay telling you everything. They even help you. There are other sessions, drop-in sessions, which are usually online and sometimes offline. Even you can meet them. You can ask your doubts. You can clear everything. They're there to help. But the reason being, if you know already, it will be easy for you to grasp it and learn more things.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So,
So, yeah, yeah,
So, like when you are in classes, like are really people very interactive and answering in class always? Because you seem a person who definitely might be answering a lot. But other than like, is it like a very collaborative culture or how is that?
Yeah, so seminars are definitely supposed to happen that way.
Mm-hmm.
As I told you, majority of from China, so they're not that okay talking to you. They're brilliant people, but it's just they somehow are not that confident in speaking English.
Okay.
They're confident, but not confident in speaking English. I would like to highlight this because it may portray in a wrong way, but these people I see as the best minds I've ever met, and
Mm-hmm.
that I see that's the reason China is somewhere in the top of the world somewhere. But yeah, so that's the only thing. But apart from that, people gradually started speaking. There's definitely every class the Indians are the more who are speaking.
Mm-hmm.
After that, there are a few people from UK as well, and a few people from China as well who speak. But
Right.
there are even the workshops or the lectures that we say have people having interactions, having doubts, asking questions.
Okay. So teachers are very approachable in that sense.
Yeah, so that is a thing because if we talk about Indian education system,
Mm-hmm.
at times when teachers tell you to go from A to C, it's via B only. You can never say that I'll go from A to C by jumping B. That's
Mm-hmm.
in India. But here you can say whatever ways you're like I'll go around and go to C and they're okay with it.
Right.
So
Right.
that's a good thing I say. That's a part of their education system that they're okay, their students experimenting, knowing new things, being what we say comfortable with what they like to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, what would you say is like your favorite thing about your university? Like one thing,
Campus,
your campus is your favorite thing.
definitely.
So, but is you do you like have a really big like you have like a garden and all of that? I've never seen the
Yes,
Birmingham campus.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
We
and
have a garden, we have a clock tower, which is world's single solo standing clock tower, tallest solo standing clock tower.
oh,
Yeah, even a lot of people don't know about it
yeah, I had no
because
idea.
they
So
have
then,
never
what would
publicized
be
it.
your least favorite thing about university, or maybe a thing where your university can improve in?
Least favorite thing, I would say somewhere with respect to what we say communication a bit, because at times there are people they can help you with. Because when I was new,
Mm-hmm.
it was very difficult for me to reach from one spot to another at times.
Mm-hmm.
But gradually, when you stay there, you know. So there are what we say multiple digital boards and all, which
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of things. But there should be a few accessible boards where you can actually search
Mm-hmm.
things
Mm-hmm.
and move ahead. Apart from that, for everything, maybe this is a UK culture only and not just the university. You either have to use an app or send them an email. You can't just call and ask.
Yeah, yeah, that's a very good thing. Yeah.
So that's the thing. Otherwise, though, I really enjoy my university
Okay. And are you part of any clubs and societies then?
a lot.
A lot. Tell us more.
So yeah, so talking about a few things. As a part, there's a festival called Whale Fest,
Mm-hmm.
which is Europe's biggest student hosted Whale Fest, which is for charity. So
Okay.
whatever money we collect is going to go to the charity. They usually nominate two charities every year and donate everything to them. Um, I am leading the sites, the on-site thing for them,
Mm-hmm.
even being an international student, but being part of a lot of festivals back in India and interested in music and festivals. So I am a part of that position
Mm-hmm.
where I'm leading the sites, head of sites, which will have with the main role will be everything during the 2 day, 1 day of festival, everything on spot or stuff like that. Apart from that, I am a part of the investment society. There's a society called Engineers Without Border.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot more societies where I am not a part directly, but I know people and I go with them at times, like Indian Society, Punjabi Society,
Mm-hmm.
or uh, investment society, business society.
Right.
I go out with them. I sit chill, but I'm not exactly a part. But yeah, but I know a lot of people,
Okay.
and just because I thought I got to know I one thing I regret key if you really want to go outside India, go for undergrads. Don't plan for just what do you say postgrads. That's because you get a lot less time, really less time.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to complete your education, you have to run for your jobs. I do a part-time job as well, and you also have to enjoy. You also have to look around, and at times you feel like yeah, time to bacha hi nahi. You don't have much time. So in that way, I would say it's better if you explore things,
Mm-hmm.
and it's even better if you can do the best of you can instead of just staying in your room or just studying. Yeah, study is really important,
Mm-hmm.
but it's fun to go out and go. What do you say? And just for that sake, so every year every university might have these elections. We have a guild of students, and they have elections every year for different positions, which is a full-time officer role. I stood up for international officer role this year, and I was there were 18 candidates all of a sudden. Even the election board was surprised that there are 18 candidates standing for a single position, which is a record-breaking thing till date. And I stood up third.
Mm-hmm.
The person who won was from China. So yeah, somewhere or other, I would say if I would have given more effort, I would have won.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there are a lot of competitors within Indians itself. We were 4 or 5 Indians who were standing for the same position. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of Indian votes itself got divided.
Right.
And apart from that, also I gave my best. I came third. The first person who won is from China. The second person who stood up was again China, from China, and third one was me. And the other candidates who were from India were eliminated in first, second, and third round. There were total 11 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Like,
even didn't qualify for the next round. But yeah, somewhere even they were interested. It's fun. It was fun. I make a lot of contacts. I
mm-hmm.
met a lot of new people.
So like, how does the university help you to build your career? Like, do you have any career related workshops, or do you have like
Yeah.
course yourself?
So there's a career network cell, or what we say committee altogether. They send you mails every day. I don't know why, but their system is weird. You get a mail every day at 4 a.m. in the morning. But yeah, they do send you regular emails. They have a lot of what do you say events happening where the companies are there. You can actually have, instead of just going and talking to the company in public or stuff like that, they have one-on-one conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke to a lot of companies. I got to know that I'm not what we say qualified to apply for an internship here in UK, and I
Right.
would be rejected. Basis that I'm not qualified, basis that I'm overqualified, and
Mm-hmm.
it's with people who have experience. And if you apply for an internship in here, they'll reject you just because you have experience,
Okay.
and you should be applying for a graduate route or a full-time role instead
Right.
for an internship, because you will be rejected.
Okay. And do you live like on campus or off campus?
So I stay off campus. My campus is like 30 minutes from here by walking, or 10
Okay.
minutes by bus.
Mm-hmm. So why did you choose
Uh,
to live off campus?
okay, a few things. I was late for my admission. Secondly, considering the money factor, it was a bit pricey. It was 170 pounds approximately. I'm paying 125. And
Mm-hmm.
then I got to know people stay at 250 a month also. So yeah, but I wanted to stay in a accommodation.
125 a month.
I pay 125 a week. That
Right.
was 170 a week. And
Mm-hmm.
people pay 250 a month also. But that's not an accommodation. They stay in a house kind of thing. And I wanted to stay in a accommodation, like a student accommodation instead of a house,
Mm-hmm.
just because you meet a lot more people here.
Right.
And I like to socialize a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You meet a lot of people. You have a new group. You chill. You fun. We have a gym. We have a play area and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So that's why. As well as, I was not sure if you stay somewhere in a house, you party someday at the night. What if your neighbor complains and you get police on your door, knocking
Right.
at your door at 3 a.m. in the morning? So instead of that, it's better to have be staying here.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. So, like, do you think what you expected from your university, like, because you had worked in marketing before, do you think after learning about more marketing terms, the international perspective, you have gained much more? Or do you think this master's is kind of worth it in that sense?
So a few things with respect to university. Firstly, talk about the course. The
Mm-hmm.
reason being, I definitely say, yeah, I have learned a few things. I've polished a lot of things that I knew, but I've learned a lot more things which are now needed, because I see people talking about things. I met people. I have a few relatives who stay in UK. My cousin works in Infosys, is a good position. So when I talk to him about the markets and things, so the terms he knew now, because he's been working with 14, 15 years of experience,
Mm-hmm.
and he's now like an assistant director kind of position. So he knows a lot of things. And when I talk to him, he's like, yeah, it's nice that you know these things from now itself. So I know university has taught me a lot. Talking about university as a batch, and they helping me with their what do we say, able to get a job or something. Yeah, they are again very much helpful.
Mhm,
Even the university does have a value. Being a Russell Group university, I definitely say I made a good investment, and
mhm.
I'm definitely getting a good ROI after it.
Right. And sorry, yeah. So
It's
basically,
okay.
I was just speaking through. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so if you had to sell your university for upcoming students, like why you should go to Birmingham, what would be this highest unique selling point?
Okay, highest uni selections. So I would say there are universities which are better than Birmingham as well. But
Mm-hmm.
a few things I would say, Birmingham is somewhere in mids. People aren't facing a lot of issues for jobs, being part time and even full time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the same situation for other universities as well, but Birmingham definitely, the university itself helps you with jobs. And apart from that, also there are jobs available here in various sectors.
Right.
And it's up to you. If you do not put efforts, you're not gonna get any job, even it's part time or full time. Nobody's gonna come and serve it to your plate. You'll
Mm-hmm.
have to do your hustle for that. But yeah, it's fun. The city is the second biggest in the UK, so that means there are a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of things they're opening. Being from a marketing background, even I applied for a few companies, and the companies were that key. You are a part-time person right now, and we're looking for somebody full-time. That means they have a lot of full-time opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite connective, and the life is very nice.
Right.
Weather is good, that not bad, that not cool like in the north, or I'm not known a lot of place, but the life is good. There are not a lot of people like in London.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, now talking about just the university, the campus is amazing.
Right.
The campus staff is really nice. You really like enjoy. I enjoy being in the university. I enjoy studying in the library. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's the same with all the universities, but I don't know. I just feel very nice here.
Right. That's good. You're very happy with the decision. That's the most important.
Yeah,
So talking a bit about finances now, how
yeah.
expensive your monthly expenses, including or excluding rent, is it to live in?
Okay, so my rent is 125. That is, I paid everything already.
Mm-hmm.
I had a few savings of like 4 lakhs, 4 lakhs
Mm-hmm.
that I used. Apart from that, I took like a few amount, some money from my house,
Mm-hmm.
and rest I took a loan from SBI.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here on a student loan, so I took a loan for my education. I paid my university fees, which was 23,580.
Mm-hmm.
It has been increased a bit this year, and the international marketing course is no more at the University of Birmingham. They have just marketing this year.
Oh.
So university does that a lot of time. They have a static like a marketing course, but they do keep on changing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The international part, but it's nice somewhere. Apart from that, my accommodation is 125 a week.
Mm-hmm.
So that is also paid with my loan amount. Apart from that, I only got like 50K in the beginning from my house. And apart from that, I never borrowed money. I was already earning back in India. So I have what we say, I feel bad asking for money from my parents, because I've been independent for quite some time.
Right.
So I do part-time jobs. I do not work in marketing stream,
Mm-hmm.
but I enjoy working
Where do you
anyways.
work?
So I work within, so there used to be this Christmas market the way you have in London. So there was also a Christmas market here, which is called Frankfurt Christmas Market or German Christmas Market. I used
Okay.
to work there. I used to work there. There are different stalls. So I used to work at a stall where I used to sell cheese. And later on, I just wished I could move to the bar area, which was a beer, because German beer is really famous. And
Mm-hmm.
I was moved to that, and I used to work at the beer counter,
Mm-hmm.
pouring beers for people
But
and
that was
getting
in
money.
December. You still work in the
It wasn't last time. The market was just here from November till November and December.
okay. Okay.
It winded up in December end, 23rd December.
Okay.
Then I got COVID. So I was, I didn't have any what we say symptoms, or nor I was ill, but my other friends were, and I was just taking care of
Yeah.
them as well as resting myself.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I did not have any job for January,
Okay.
but the money that I was able to get in the last time, and my 50K, I was able to somehow okay and arrange things with that, because the expenses go somewhere around groceries and everything is around 40-50 pounds max, excluding your rent,
Mm-hmm.
until unless you do party a lot or you go out a lot, with
Right.
my bus fare and everything. So max to max it goes to 60 to 80 pounds a week.
A week, 60 to 80 pounds a week.
Yeah.
So,
And later on,
yeah.
I joined the company when I'm working in a hospitality sector,
Mhm.
which is like going to football clubs and working as a cashier, or
Mhm.
going to bars working as a bartender.
So do you use an app for that, or like, is it, how do
So
you do
the
that?
company I'm working with is called Evolve, and they do not have an app yet, and I work with them directly. Apart from that, I also work with Indeed Flex, which is an app thing, which
Yeah,
is very cool. They do pay really nice money.
yeah, they do. Okay,
And they have a lot of options, I think, in London.
right. Indeed, Flex is quite popular here as well.
So that's nice.
So, have you started like applying for full-time jobs yet?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did. So I applied a few. I also started for a few, what do you say, interviews,
Mhm.
and they were like, it's quite quick. You ring us again near the end of your course, so it will be better because it's like again 6 months pending, and we can't just hire you and keep you holding for 6 months
Right.
because there will be a position which will be filled and which won't be used in our organization as well. So even we don't want to give you false hope right now.
So, which
And
is the best
once
platform to apply?
here in the UK, I think Indeed definitely, and
Mhm.
then it's LinkedIn. The way we work on LinkedIn a lot in India, it's not like that here.
Mhm.
People prefer Indeed and Read, REED.
Yeah.
Yeah. So more than that, Indeed is the platform I think has a great market capture here. Even
Mm-hmm.
you get a lot of part-time opportunities over there, and even the full-time.
Right, makes sense.
So Indeed is definitely the one because after being active on Indeed, and I did not wanted my profile to be as a part-time person on Indeed, so I made it like a marketing person as
Right.
well as on Read. So I got a lot of options from like a lot of mails from they themselves interested to hire me with respect to my experiences, respect to they wanted to meet me, have a conversation, and so
Mm-hmm.
so they were both ways somewhere. Even if
And
you
are
don't
you
apply,
applying for Birmingham itself or like in London or some other place?
genuinely speaking, I'm applying everywhere.
Everywhere.
I've been applied to a few companies in US somewhere in I'm planning to stay around UK.
Mm-hmm. We're just applying
But
everywhere you can, wherever we find a good.
yeah, right now it's quite open because everywhere it's like work from home stuff.
Right.
But I'm also looking for something if I could get into a big company. If
Mm-hmm.
not, then I'll start up. I have also applied for a few agencies.
Right.
So I've been into agencies because end of the day, if you don't work for a brand, you at
Mm-hmm.
least work for the brand. I work for an agency that works for that brand.
Correct, correct, makes sense. And
So that
another
is
question I wanted to ask you, like I've heard a lot about Birmingham not being very safe and a lot of like stabbings and all of that. So is that
so yeah, genuinely, yeah, there were drink spiking, there were stabbing, there were a few scenes, but it's up to you. Again,
mm-hmm.
you don't go in shady areas at 1 or 2 in the night or even after 12.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the life in the UK is not that good at night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People, it's quite dead after 10, I would say.
Right.
But we stay in a city center area. My like it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes walk from my house to city center, so it's
Mm-hmm.
quite safe. Uh, though there are the area near the university which is called Selly Oak. It
Mm-hmm.
is also okay, but it's like the city center has huge buildings and there's a city center area, so they have a lot of stalking and trucks coming in, going out. There's a bit of traffic. There's the Grand Central, the station, the railway station here. So there are a lot of people moving in and out in there. But if you go to areas which are quite uh, dark or you can say isolated, so definitely
But in
Birmingham is not
normal
that.
life, you have never experienced like someone getting stabbed or their phone getting
So a
robbed.
friend of mine was somewhere stopped. He was gagged with 3 people. They had knife and all. They showed him to give him everything. He just made some sound. There was a car passing by. That car started honking. They ran away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good.
So
Yeah.
luckily, nothing bad happened to anybody till date. I know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
That's,
one thing is there are a lot of robberies to happen. Robberies in sense, you see in the morning you're going to the university, you see a nice bicycle parked. While coming back from the university, you see just the bicycle frame is there, the wheels are missing.
hmm.
So this do happens a lot here in Birmingham. I don't know about other cities right now, but our times it happens, and it's not that it will happen to everybody. It's
Correct.
just your luck, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Because even I bought an electric scooter,
Mm-hmm.
and it was stolen from the university itself. And when we went to the police to complain, and they're like, "Okay, scooter, it's okay, shit happens."
Normal.
Because they like there are a lot of bikes and scooters who go out every day, and we can't just have a track of it.
Right.
But it's again, there were a lot other scooters, a lot of other bikes, like bicycles, which is called bike in here, are there. But it's up to you. It's your luck, I say,
Yeah.
that it was stolen. But it's okay. Like, okay, I didn't buy any other. I'm okay
Right.
traveling with either walking, taking a. We have a rental cycle system called West Midland Cycles. You just use the app. We have a scooter which is called Voy. You just use the app. Voy, I think, is now available for us also.
Okay.
Earlier, it was just with the UK license, but now it's people can drive it,
Mm-hmm.
and you can use those things. Otherwise, the West Midland buses are there. The
Mm-hmm.
buses that go around the city.
Okay. And what are you doing a dissertation on?
So my dissertation topic is yet not finalized. I'm a bit delay in that, but because I was not sure or to what exactly I need to do, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking for something in media and entertainment firstly,
Okay.
and a brand placement in the media and entertainment sector, because those brands do sneak into your life very silently and even you don't know. A
Right.
lot of time we go for the movies, we see a truck is going with Pepsi written over it, and we don't realize that it was actually a Pepsi advertisement as well as the company has paid him.
Right. Product placements in films.
Yeah, something like that. Because I recently saw a movie and I have that thing since long because I was working with media and everything. So instead of looking at the actor, actresses or the other cast of the movie, I used to look at the location, how the camera filming is done, where
Mm-hmm.
are the brands available. I used to very particular. I used to look into it very particularly. People even don't notice it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's there and they figure out later on. I just saw a movie which was on Netflix recently, which was I think a Spanish movie or something which had Adidas branding throughout the movie. The main character was wearing a Adidas jacket, Adidas shoes, and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
people don't realize it, but I know, yeah, that's Adidas is definitely paying them off.
Right. Talking about Spanish, like being studying international marketing, do you speak any foreign language or do you think that's necessary?
So genuinely speaking, it's not necessary
Mm-hmm.
because you then anyways, if you are gonna communicate with other people outside your country, while you looking for your country to explore, the company will give you a communicator.
Correct.
Apart from that, if somebody from other countries approaching you, they'll
Mm-hmm.
have the same, or
Correct.
they'll at least know English. One
Correct.
thing is that it's good to have a knowledge of the languages, and I started with Mandarin already because
Mm-hmm.
I was very fascinated with the way Chinese people speak, and I used to feel left out at times when we used to have this group discussion, and they were like, "Hey, don't worry, we're not making fun of you. It's just we having a conversation where we are actually telling what you actually told us."
So if I had to ask you, like not just in the Birmingham point of view, but just anybody who is coming to the UK to study, what is the best advice you could give like upcoming students?
See, a few things I would say uh, in terms of moving anywhere outside your hometown,
Mm-hmm.
even in India or outside India, be free,
Mm-hmm.
be communicative, and explore things even if you have not done them before in your life. Because the more you explore, the more people you meet. Because I have actually, so as I told you, I was a part of the campus ambassador program just
Mm-hmm.
to meet a lot of people. Me and my colleague Asta, who's there with me in Birmingham right now studying, we used to manage a set of 1,500 students from 50 different cities.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a habit of speaking to new people, new culture altogether. So it was easy for us to adjust. And what happens, a lot of people do stay with their uh, basic habits that they have back in India.
Mm-hmm.
And what I saw, a lot of people leave their house at an early age and move out, but the majority of people that come to UK right now or go abroad are those people who have stayed in their houses throughout their life or with
Mm-hmm.
their family, and it's the first time they're going out of their houses. So somewhere or other you have to leave your comfort zone, you have
Mm-hmm.
to adapt things which are happening around, and you have to be part of it.
Right,
I
makes
know
sense.
it will be difficult and it will take time, but the things you learn, and if you make, I'll say, the friends I know, I am somebody who likes to make relations, like to have friends with everybody and have those relations throughout my life. So if you make good friends here, because you are anyways coming outside India, but the first set of people you will bond with every day, you'll still with every day are going to be Indians.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And one thing which is bad here would be that the only people you have problem with again Indians.
Mm-hmm.
I know you definitely might know it because you are again somebody who might have been through phases or in situations where you actually don't meant to do anything or the other person didn't meant to, but it's again because it happens, it just happens, something just happens. So it's good to let go of things, don't keep grudges, and be open, be what we say, accepting to every problem, every situation.
Right.
and you will have a great life, because end of the day, these are the people who are going to help you.
Yeah, makes sense. I think these are the questions from me. You were so insightful, and I think a very detailed. Like anybody watching this video and coming to Birmingham will definitely have like a overall proper in-depth answer. So thank you so much for that. Is there anything else you would like to share with us? Because I'm done with the questions.
Nothing as such. I would just say, you're going to any part of the country in UK or any part of the world. One thing, ki if you're looking for opportunity, and if you say, because I've seen people ki they don't teach nice. I've seen people saying about business school of the business school, Birmingham Business School itself, ki there are not a lot of opportunities and there are not a lot of things available. And I see some people from their batch, their classes itself are doing good right now, are doing some or the other work. So it's up to you. How much efforts do you put? Nothing is gonna come to you. Simply handed.
Keep
Apart,
hustling.
yeah, keep hustling. Yeah, definitely. Just because the more you hustle, the better you get. And
Right.
it's not everything you put, every effort you put, you're gonna get the same in return. But somewhere or other in your life, you're gonna get back. I believe in karma, and karma definitely helps you a lot. So keep your karma correct. And yeah, that's it. I would say
Yeah.
nothing more,
And
nothing
if
less.
any other potential students who want to go to Birmingham, can they reach out to you on LinkedIn or something like that?
Absolutely. They can reach out to me in LinkedIn. They can even reach
I'm
out
going to
to
be
me.
adding your LinkedIn in the description box below.
Yeah, definitely. I don't have a lot of things on my Instagram yet. I now I'm finally, as you told me, now I see I would definitely start doing on my Instagram as well as my I'll do the YouTube thing as well.
You
Because
will.
it's the Easter break from tomorrow onwards. You're already in fun. So working and doing things is definitely,
Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
try something
But
new.
thank you so much, Yash, for your time and like sharing all these insights.
Anytime,
Really
anytime. Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much, Devyani. Take care. If you need anything, if you need any more help, if you need any more help or any other contacts, because I've been talking to a lot of people already. If you
Mm-hmm.
need any help, do let me know. Just
Yes,
reach out to me.
definitely. Thank you so much.